what word is used 458 times in just the NIV version alone? Faith. And that is what I'm here to speak to you about. But I'm not going to use nowhere near 458 verses. I'm only going to use 3, starting off with Matthew 17:20, which says, he replied, because you have so little faith, truly I tell you, if you tell this mountain to move from here to there, it will move. Nothing is impossible for you. And I had a situation come up in my life that would challenge this verse, in that no one would stand true to that as I did. I was taken to the hospital on June 23rd, 2015. I had a stomach ache, and I waited in the hospital for hours. When I finally got to see a doctor, they told me I needed to be transported to Akron Children's Hospital. And when I got there, they ran a ton of tests and said an ultrasound said my appendix had ruptured and that I was going to need emergency surgery. As they were prepping my mom on how the surgery would go, she looked at me with that kind of concerned mom look. And the only words I could say was, God's got this. And I was right. The operation was amazing. The surgery was amazing. My appendix did not rupture. It was just large, so the surgeon had to make larger incisions than he wanted to. Now, some people could say that the ultrasound was wrong, that it never did. No, I think it did, but God healed it. And as I was there were a couple nurses, I think, that saw my faith at 13 and wanted that, because our faith isn't for just us. It's for other people to see our faith and then want that. And it just doesn't matter if you've been growing your faith for years or you have the faith the size of a mustard seed. People want what we have and want to get to heaven like we are. Just like the woman in Luke chapter 8, verse 43 through 45. And it says, a woman was there and subject to bleeding for 12 years. And no one could heal her. She came up behind him and touched the edge of his cloak. And her bleeding immediately stopped. Jesus, being Jesus, said, who touched me? Just to point out to the crowd that her faith healed her. Not his faith in God, but her faith in her Messiah. And the faith in our God can help us conquer mental mountains like depression and anxiety and fear. I am a perfect example of this. I was diagnosed with a personality disorder and anxiety, which makes me very, very nervous, like standing up in front of you. But God has helped me get over that, so I can stand here and the enemy has tried to put that giant anxiety or personal disorder in front of me. God is bigger than that mountain. But there's another side to that, to the faith of a mustard seed. And it is, if God wills it, we can literally go out and move mountains. Just like in Mark 11, chapter 11, verse 23 and 24 states, I truly tell you, if anyone says to this mountain, go throw yourself in the sea, does not doubt it in their heart, but believes what they ask in prayer, and it will be done. And even 2,000 years ago, when it was said, or even today, we can still move those mountains. Even with Jesus' help and God's help, we can move mental and physical mountains, just like they did.
Yeah. Amen.